Guys, what is going on? I hope you guys are well, guys. Feeling much better, feeling more lively, feeling just feeling better, man. Getting better, slowly recovering, and it's great. Thanks for all the messages, guys. What I would ask for, as always, as you guys know, smash that like button for me. It really helps the algorithm. It really helps the channel. Do it for all the videos. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate your support over the years, as you guys know. So smash the like button. Give that like button a smash, and support the channel as always, guys. Yeah, so yeah, I can't thank you guys enough for all the support over the years. And I know I repeat this quite a bit, but I do really thank you. Even like this recent couple of weeks where I've been through a rough time, like all of you guys have been sending me so many messages. It means a lot. It means a lot, you know. So yeah, thank you very much. Guys, I want to talk about Deontay Wilder. Congratulating Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder is a guy that's gone under a lot of stick, you know, over the last couple of years because of, you know, the excuses he made in the second fight, some of the stuff that he said, you know, the way the second fight went. It was one-sided. A lot of people have questioned his skills. A lot of people question his character. Deontay Wilder has been questioned a lot. I've always been somebody that liked Deontay Wilder. Not so much some of the stuff that he says, like, I want this on my record. And not so much of that stuff, but some of the stuff that he did in the ring. I've always been excited by Wilder. I think he's explosive. I think he's wild. I think he's a big puncher, and he's exciting. He's exciting to watch. And at the end of the day, boxing is something for me that is exciting. He keeps me on the edge of my seat. Even though I expected Fury to win against Wilder, I was always on the edge of my seat, thinking that something could happen here. Something, you know, Wilder could knock Tyson Fury out at any point. He keeps you at the edge of the seat, and my respect for Deontay Wilder went through the roof in that fight. During that fight, you know, his performance was unbelievable, because I was expecting Tyson Fury. Like I said, you always have that thing with Wilder that he might knock Fury out. You know, he might land something, which he did. But I did expect Fury to do the same thing as what he did last time. I expected, you know, Fury to beat Wilder, and you could say beat him well. But Wilder showed unbelievable heart in there, so much character. It was the heart that he showed in that fight was like, he went beyond the Call of Duty in that fight. You know, if he got pulled out of that fight, or he decided not to come out, like, he went beyond the Call of Duty. You know, he literally went out on his shield. And that's because Deontay wanted to win so bad. He wanted to win that fight so bad. So bad. You know, and I know Tyson Fury was saying that, you know, he was at 60%. I don't believe any of that. I didn't believe any of the stuff that in the first fight where Fury's always in good shape. Fury's always in, you know, he's a fighting man. He's always in great shape. The fact that he got put down, it was nothing to do with the fact that, you know, he wasn't prepared properly or any of that stuff, or he was at 60%. I don't agree with that. I just think he got caught with a shot. Even if he was prepared 100%, he would have gone down. It's irrelevant whether he was prepared. You know, I just feel like Wilder's and Fury, there's always going to be that drama. There's always going to be that back and forth between them. And I think if they fight again, it would be another great fight. It's just stylistically a great fight. I think majority of the times, or probably all the time, Fury will come out on top, because Fury, for me, has the same stuff inside that Wilder has. But Fury's a more skilled fighter, and Fury's added more layers to his game. You know, he's become a more aggressive come forward. You see, if Fury fought the way he did in the first fight against Wilder, he wouldn't knock Wilder out. He'd probably win up on points, but he'd be putting himself in a lot of danger, because he's fighting boxing and moving. He's fighting as a, boxing and moving away, trying to avoid trouble. Against Wilder, that's too dangerous because he's going to eventually catch you somewhere in the 12 rounds. He's going to get hold of you. But Fury found a way in order to neutralize Wilder and beat him in emphatic and dismantle him. The third fight was an epic fight. The first fight was epic. The third fight was epic. The second fight was just a beatdown because Fury just really, he was battering Wilder in that second fight. But I was just so impressed with Wilder's heart. It was unbelievable stuff by Deontay Wilder. The amount of heart that he showed in that fight. Like I said, he went beyond the Call of Duty. But what I will say is that at the end, it kind of soured it a little bit because he didn't show respect. Like, what I wanted is them to hug it out. And so I know some people say, well, Wilder don't like him. Why does he need to hug him? But it just shows, I feel like they put on an epic fight. And they should show sportsmanship at the end. Now, I do agree with Bob Arum's comments that, he could have been concussed. He's just been knocked out, and if he felt a certain way against Tyson, you can forgive him. But what I will say, I want to congratulate Wilder for coming out, and because it takes, you have to be a big man to come out and say that congratulations to Tyson Fury. It was a memorable trilogy. And I want to thank him for the historical memory. It was a great, that message. I don't know. It was probably wrote by his PR team. It's irrelevant because Deontay Wilder is somebody that wouldn't put out a message. Like, nobody would put out a message on his behalf without his permission, because Deontay Wilder is a very strong character. I personally feel like he wouldn't allow anything to just be put out there, without, his team wouldn't put anything out there without his permission. And if he wanted to, if he was showing no respect at the end of the fight, and he didn't have he may have had he may have thought to himself, listen, that, I at the time it was the heat of the moment, I didn't do it, but now let me come out and show some sportsmanship. And I know people are saying, oh, well, it was his PR team, this, that. And I'm going to say, I don't think Deontay Wilder is dictated by anybody. Now, I know some people seem to think he is. I think Deontay Wilder wouldn't allow something to be put out there. I just don't. I think that's the way I feel about Wilder. So Wilder's given. The fact is that even if it was his PR team persuading him, Wilder gave him the go ahead, because nothing can be put out there on Wilder's behalf without his permission. So Wilder gave him permission, and that's it. He's given them approval. He doesn't have to write it, but he's given them approval. And that's it for me. So that means he's willing to congratulate Tyson Fury. He's willing to say, well done, Tyson Fury. And I would like to see a video. I would like to see an interview where he congratulated him. I think that will endear him to the fans a lot more, because writing like that, people are saying, oh, it's just his PR team trying to save face. Even though I don't agree with that, I still think that if he was to say that in words, in interviews and face to face, obviously, he needs a couple of weeks, months maybe, just to get over the defeat and, the how tough it was and the injuries and stuff. But then after that, I would love to see an interview where him come out, because I feel like Wilder over the last couple of years has, a lot of fans have gone against him. A lot of hardcore boxing fans have gone against Wilder, and I think he's a much better fighter than what he gets credit for. I think he's got a much better heart than what he gets credit for. And I think he's a much better person than what people think Wilder is as well. But I will say, I think he's a competitor and he's a warrior and he doesn't like losing. But sometimes you have to accept that, that the better man won. And I feel like Wilder probably struggles to accept that. But again, I think that this message was great, and hopefully he can come out in the future and say it in words. And then, you know, who knows, in the future him and Tyson Fury may meet again. You know, these two might be the two best heavyweights out there. They may be the two best, and they may have to meet again, maybe for undisputed. Maybe, you know, Wilder fights Usyk in the future, or maybe Joshua wins and Wilder fights Joshua, and Wilder knocks Joshua out, and then him and Tyson Fury meet again. For, you know, you never know. The landscape can change. Let's not forget, these are heavyweights. Wilder is a heavyweight, so Wilder can go on till 40, you know, and he's not like. Having said that, you know, I was about to say he's not had some tough fights. He has had tough fights with Tyson Fury, and you know, Ortiz's fight was quite tough. So he's had a couple of tough fights now, but I still think he's got a bit to give. I know my good friend Steven doesn't think so, but I think he has, and I think he's got the fight. The fact that Shelly Finkel's come out and said he'll be fighting in April or May, that tells me that Wilder's still got a lot of fight left in him. I just hope now that Wilder starts fighting top tier competition, like fighting White, you know, because White would take that fight. You know, White would take that fight in a heartbeat. Even Joshua. If Joshua loses to Usyk, that would be a mega fight. That could still be a fight between two good heavyweights. And the winner of that fight could probably get a shot at Tyson Fury or Usyk, whoever wins that, you know. This is what I'm saying. So Wilder may still see Fury again in the future. You know, I don't think, I won't be surprised if they meet again. You know, because like I said, they just make, I feel like the chemistry between them makes for great viewing in the press conferences. I think they can build a fight up between these two, and I think the chemistry in the ring makes for a great fight. So I just think that these two are made for each other, you know. And the drama in the ring is generally always great. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to seeing more of Wilder, more of Fury, more of Joshua. Hopefully these guys all mix it with each other, fight each other. But yeah, it's great to see Deontay Wilder coming out and congratulating Tyson Fury. Respect to Deontay, and hopefully, you know, Wilder can come out in the future, maybe in an interview or a video, letting his feelings known. But yeah, leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.